Okay, dear. So yesterday we have discussed flow chart of a lifelines of means of transport. Today we'll discuss about the roadways and why roadways are good compared than the railways. We'll discuss today importance of roadways and classification of roadways like a super highways, east-west corridor. We'll discuss about the national highways, state highways. We'll discuss about the local road or village road and border road. Okay, it depends on the time. So now we are going to discuss about the roadways. Why roadways are good compared to the other resources and compared to the railways. Will compare the railways. Construction of road is much lower than the railway lines. It's true. First point we may be right. कि construction cost of the roadways is lower than the railway line. That's why it is good compared to the railway. Road can construct in dead area which may be unfold or uneven area, but railway line is difficult to maybe construct or with the location of it, railway line is difficult in uneven topography area. On the hilly or mountain area, easily we can construct the roadways. Third point, road can maybe construct at the slope area, maybe mountain area, hilly or maybe plateau area, but like a Himalayan or it is difficult for the railways. Road transport is economically transport for the few person. If few person want to travel from one place to another, if you want to maybe transport the less quantity of goods, so road transport is good. Okay, so for a few transport person and smaller amount of goods, road transport are good compared than the railways. Next point, it also provided door-to-door facilities. Yes, so door-to-door facilities are provided by the road transport and cost of the loading and unloading is much lower than the other means of transport. So cost of the loading, unloading is the lower than compared them. It is the feeder for the other means of transport. It is the feeder for the other means of the transport. Of other means of transport like railways, airways, seaways, all are connected by the roads only. Means that if you want to approach with the given resources, means of transport, so road is required. So road is the feeder or maybe the sub transport to for a connectivity of the other means of transport. So road also play the important role. Okay. And now we are going to discuss about the different categories of the road. So, dear student, one is the golden quadrilateral construct between the four metro cities Delhi, Bombay, Chennai, just Delhi, Bombay, Chennai, Kolkata. That is known as the quadrilateral. So, four metro cities are connected by Chennai to Kolkata, C for Chennai, K for Kolkata, D for Delhi, B for Bombay. So, these are the four metro cities connected by a golden quadrilateral, or this is known as the golden quadrilateral. Okay, so golden quadrilateral super highways, it major road development project like a Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, and Mumbai, and Delhi by 6-lane super highways. It is connected by the 6-lane super highways. Another one is the east-west corridor and north-south corridor. East from Arunachal Pradesh to west, it is known as the east-west corridor and north-south corridor. So you know the north-south corridor link from the Srinagar to Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So it is known as the northeast north-south corridor, and from Assam Silchar, from the Assam Silchar to till Gujarat, from the Silchar to Gujarat, Porbandar is connected by the east-west corridor. So this is known as. So these are the two category. One is known as the golden quadrilateral category. Second one is the corridor. So there are two corridor: north, south, east, west. North means the Srinagar to from bottom part Kanyakumari connected by the north-south corridor, and from east means the Assam to till Gujarat connected by Silchar to Porbandar. Silchar to Porbandar is known as the east-west corridor. Next one are the national highways. So you know national highways are part of the CPWD, Center Public Work Development, and are the primary road systems maintained by the Central Public Works Department. The National Highway 7 between Varanasi and Kanyakumari is the longest highway. National Highway number 7 between Varanasi to Kanyakumari, Varanasi from UP till Kanyakumari, National Highway 7 is longest highway. So such question may be asked for a in objective line. So this is the National Highway number 7. Next one are the state highways. So yesterday we have discussed road linking state capital with the different district headquarters. Like a roads are connected from Jaipur to Chittorgarh, Jaipur to Udaipur, Jaipur to Bhilwara, Jaipur to Bikaner, like this. So these are known as the state highway. Which road? Those roads are connected with the capital of a state with the headquarter of district headquarter. These are known as the state, and these roads are constructed and maintained by the State Public Work Department, with PWT. Okay. Next category of road. Next category of road, the district road. So district road are connected with the district headquarters with the place of district, and these roads are maintained and constructed by the Jilla Parishad. Okay, this road Jilla Parishad construct the district road. Next one, the other roads or village road like a rural roads which link with the rural areas, and these roads are constructed by the like different category under the Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana, and made so that every village the country linked with the major towns and in the country by and all seasons during. So these are the part of local road or such road are part of the Pradhan Mantri Sadak Yojana, or some may be constructed by the different. What are the different, like sometimes this road also constructed by the nearby market. Jैसे anyone crop market है, or maybe mandi है, where the farmers they maybe sell their crop in the market. So such market also construct the road also, like for development or like this. So these are the category of roads today we have discussed. Now we are going to start new topic, importance of railway. Importance of railway. So there are principal mode of the transportation for passenger in India. Just a dear. Okay. Passenger. So railway also make it is possible to conduct the different activities like a business, pilgrims, tourist, transportation of goods from the different industries and from a longer distance. So railway is a meaningful choice for all. Means the railway is the main transport in such way whether they can maybe transport raw material or maybe the finished product for the pilgrim, for a tourist, for a long journey passenger. So railway is the cheapest transport compared with the other. Okay. So Indian Railway play an important role in national integration or unity and railways in India by the economic life of a country as well as the accelerate the development of industries and agriculture. It is the accelerate means the accelerate the development of industries and agriculture sites. So in development, the industrial and agriculture side development through the railways. So when a railways maybe supply the raw material, supply the finished product, crop or industrial fertilizers for input for the agriculture. So railway plays the important role for them. Okay. What are the factors which affect the railway? So factor which influence the distribution and pattern of the railway track. When a pattern means what? Density of railway track is different in different areas. Density means that in 1 square kilometer total railway line located means the that is density of railway track. Okay. So density of railway track is different in different area. So the distribution pattern of railway network in country has largely influenced by the different geographical factor. That is topography plays the important role. In a desert area, it's difficult to construct the railway line or maybe settle the railway lines or economic factor also play the important role. Administration factor also plays the important role to construct the railway line. So these are the factor which play the important role that also affect the density of the railway track. So dear student, now just a minute here. Okay, so we were discussing about the railway. So there are different factors which play the important role in construction of railways. These are the topography, administration, economical factors. Okay, so Himalayan syllabus of weekly test I have announced there earlier, and I will post on WhatsApp group also. Okay, whatever syllabus we have. So railway line is difficult to construct in the coastal, yeah, western Ghats. Western Ghats, Western Ghat is difficult to construct the railway line, and the Himalaya or mountain or hilly areas, unfavorable construction of railway lines in mountain or valley areas, valley like a such area in valley. So it is difficult to construct. So where railway lines of sandy plains of western Rajasthan also difficult. Swampy area of Gujarat, दलदल जहाँ पे होती है. Forest area of MP and the Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Jharkhand, that area it is difficult to construct the railway line. So please learn, dear student, this question may be asked in 3 marks. Why is the less densely or maybe the less density of the railway line or what are the factors which affect the construction of railway line? इस चैप्टर से क्वेश्चन आता है व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट फैक्टर्स व्हिच अफेक्ट तो विल राइट द ज्योग्राफिकल फैक्टर पॉलिटिकल फैक्टर economical factor which agriculture resources also affect or maybe the railway line or such. So these are the important points related to the railway line. So now next topic we are going to discuss about importance of pipeline. So dear student, pipeline which utilized to transport or this means of transport is not a upgrade or not developed in our country, whatever it should be required, it developed in the such developed nation where the gas also means the passes through the pipeline or easily at the wall is available inside the home. But in our country only we are using the pipeline for a water purpose, for means the other gas purpose or like this. So pipeline is the cheapest transport, land transport. Why? Because only is, pipe for pipelines only installation charges are required. Installation charges is required for pipeline. Means the when we install pipeline, later on only maintenance required. Okay, but for railway, lot of maintenance are required. For road, after rainy season, maintenance required. But for a pipeline, in real maintenance required. So pipeline is good means of transport for. So pipeline. So in the past, these were the used transport water to cities, industries. We are using pipeline to supply the water inside the cities. Or in now, these are the used for transporting the crude oil, petroleum product, and natural gas. Also, we are using for pipelines to transport the natural gas, crude oil, petroleum till refineries. Okay, through this they can refine, and pipeline also using for a power plants. Solid can also transport through the pipeline when it converted into solid. We can transport the solid material also when we convert into solid, or maybe it will be transported through the pipelines. Okay, so it because of pipeline refinery like a Baruni, Mathura, Panipat, gas based fertilizer plant, so your and just a wait, just pipelines. So pipelines example we discussed earlier, we have discussed Ajirabad, Vijaypur, Jagdishpur, that is the famous pipeline which supply the gas for the gas for the NTPC plant, or like a National Thermal Power Corporation plant. So these factories are getting raw material or maybe the gas through the this pipeline. So pipeline play the important role in means of transport, and from the field in Upper Assam and Kanpur, there is the one pipeline located. Example of pipeline from Salem in Gujarat to Jalandhar in Punjab. Gas pipeline from Hajira in Gujarat connect with the Jagdishpur in UP. From Gujarat to till UP connected through the pipeline which supply the gas. Okay, so these are the means of transport today we will discuss related to pipeline. Tomorrow we will discuss water transport and what are different waterways. Okay, then now we are going to start new topic, water transport. So water transport in these waterways are the cheapest transport because no such maintenance are required, only maintenance required of the particular tools or maybe the ship or like this, those we are using for transport. So water transport is the cheapest transport. They are most suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. It is fuel efficient and environment friendly mode. So mostly which are the famous waterways inside our country, national waterways by the government. So the Ganga and between Allahabad, Haldia, that is the 1620 kilometer national waterways number one. So there are three waterways. First national waterways number one from the Ganga river between Allahabad to till Haldia 1620 kilometer. Second one is the Brahmaputra river, Sadhya and Dubri 891 kilometer national waterways number two. Third one is divided into sub small parts. West coast of the canal in Kerala, like a connected with the common Udyog Mandal channels 2,205 kilometers. This is known as the National Waterways 3. and major seaports in our India. So you know when we start from the that side, so famous ports in Gujarat, this is the coastal line, Kandla port, Mumbai port, Mambo port in Goa, you know Thiruvananthapuram, Kanyakumari, Chennai, okay, Paradip, Paradip, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, and either near the Paradip or maybe in Odisha, and later on the Kolkata Haldia port in eastern. So Kandla port. So in this chapter, what is the importance of port? So we'll discuss the port and why this port are famous. What are the features of that port? You must be learn the features of the port. What are the features? See, first port Kandla. It was the first port developed soon after the independence after 1947. It was the developed to is the volume of trade Mumbai port and Kandla is the tidal port. So Kandla port is the tidal. You know tides. There are two types of tide: spring and deep tide. So during the spring tide water levels has increased. So in such area like this, suppose that port are available. So in port are located in. So when a spring tide water may be come in that area, so a ship easily may be approachable till that area. यहाँ तक आसानी से पहुंच सकता है ship during the spring tide. So these are the tidal port. ये tidal port है which are affected by tidal. Suppose easily transport loading and uploading work easily through the tides. तो tides में water level increase होगी तो you know ship और ये internal part तक आ सकते हैं. Okay. और डिक्रीज होगी तो उसका डिफरेंट है कि फॉर अपलोडिंग और लाइक ये इम्पोर्टेंस होगा. तो दिस कांडला इज द फर्स्ट पोर्ट वी डेवलप आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस एंड इट इज द टाइटल पोर्ट. सेकंड वन मुंबई, इट इज बिगर पोर्ट विद द स्पेस नेचुरल एंड वेल सेंटर्ड हार्बर. ओके, मुंबई इज द लार्जर पोर्ट. थर्ड वन जवाहरलाल नेहरू पोर्ट, इट वाज द प्लान विद द व्यू ऑफ connect the Mumbai port and serve the hub port for this region. And next one is Goa. So sometime you know port also construct to reduce the load on the that particular Mumbai port. Suppose Mumbai port पे इतना ज़्यादा load आ रहा होगा तो they will construct the Jawaharlal Nehru port close to the Mumbai ताकि they can divert the load of the Mumbai port. जैसे you know there are lot of train or maybe the load on the rail Chittorgarh junction, Chittorgarh railway track, so they may be construct or develop the Chanderia railway line track to decrease the load on the main track. कैसे? Suppose उदयपुर से जितनी भी ट्रेन आएगी चित्तौड़ जाएगी, चित्तौड़ टू पिन डेल्ट्रॉन कोटा और भीलवाड़ा like this. Okay, तो सब ट्रेन जो लोड वहां जा रही है, सब ट्रेन में भी डाइवर्ट फ्रॉम द in place of चित्तौड़ they may be passes from the Chanderia. तो such way we can decrease the load. तो ऐसे जो load you know on Mumbai port पे था, it is decreased by the Jawaharlal Nehru port. Next one port is the Goa port, or it is the famous for iron exporting port of the country. This port account of the about 50% of India iron ore export. So Goa port, where from the Goa port 50% iron ore export. 50% iron ore export from the Goa port, and this Goa port is known as the Mambo port, and New Mangalore port. It export the iron ore from the Kudermukh mines. Earlier we have studied all the port. I know very well. Kudermukh mines, where the from the Kudermukh mines they export their raw material through the Mangalore port. Okay. Next one is the Kochi. It is located in the lagoons. Of what are the lagoons? You know lagoons. Lagoons is the such area where the ocean water in Kerala or in such area where the shrimp and ocean water are mixed up. जैसे ओशन वाटर ये यहाँ पे फिल अप हो जाता है, डेड एरिया known as the lagoon. So such lagoons are found mostly in Kerala, or where when they store the water inside lagoons, or when the water evaporate, so they maybe produce the salt also. So this is the lagoon port. Next one is the Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu. This port is the natural harbor, means the natural, not a human-made. And this trades as a large variety of category of the neighboring country like a Sri Lanka, Maldives. So Tuticorin port from Tamil Nadu is used to export the neighboring country like a Maldives, Sri Lanka, such countries. Chennai, it is one of the oldest artificial port for the country and next to Mumbai in terms of volume trade and cargo, means the where cargo such ships are loading from air. So after Mumbai, it is the second one port where the importance in compare of trade and cargo. And Visakhapatnam, it is the deepest landlocked port. Landlocked means the surrounded by the lands. Okay, like all sides surrounded by the land. That is known as the landlocked port. All sides surrounded by, except only one side water. So it is the landlocked Visakhapatnam and deepest means the deepest. So deepest होगा तो what is the importance of deepest weather? So when maybe sea or such area deepest, तो loading ship maybe such ship may be carrying that area वहां तक आ सकते हैं. Okay, जब deepest होगा. So well protected port. This port was developed a port for the iron and export. Another one Paradip port located in Odisha and specialized in the export of iron ore. Another one Kolkata. It is the inland river line port. Inland means the between the river line, river island, such port between the river island area port, Kolkata port, and the ports of very large and rich hinterland for the Ganga Brahmaputra basin. And being a tidal port, it required the drinking of the Ugli River, support of the Ugli River. Last one is the Haldia port. It was developed a sub-ordinary port to reduce the load of Kolkata port. So these are the ports today we have discussed, and I will post the today's notes on your WhatsApp group. Tomorrow we will discuss about airways and communication. Okay. So dear student, have a good day. I hope I am already